live stream concert. This feels very reminiscent of COVID times when we were frantically trying to get our first stream started. That was so stressful. About 3 years ago-ish. And so we thought with the 10-year anniversary, or 10 years of our band having been in existence, it was high time we did another one of these things. And hey Instagram, we got you over here. If you want to tune in to our website, you can. It's thegreyhavensmusic.com, and you can get this fine gentleman's artistry. Say hello, Chris. Chris Cameron is back there. Oh, I messed up your shot. Oh, there you go. Okay, so the plan tonight is we are going to be playing some highlight songs, some of our favorites that we've written and recorded and performed over the last 10 years or so. We're going to kind of map out what's next for the Grey Havens, take some Q&A, and should be a lot of fun. Just so you guys know, most of the Q&A, if not all of the Q&A, we got in advance from Instagram and our email list, just so we don't have to be like, what's the chat doing, and be distracted. So we'll probably just be taking it from that list. But we thought we'd start with an oldie for us. It's called Train Station. There's a train station inside of this train where the people go try and escape, and with anxious eyes we stand in line till the cold ground shakes to tell us it's time for the trains. Yes, it's time for the trains to stop. Some were steel and some were gold, and each conductor raved. They shouted, buy your tickets, save your souls. But one conductor sang, and he shouted, you, come follow me. I'll buy your tickets and I'll pay your fees, 'cause I know what you cost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost. So the rich men laughed and they walked away, but the poor ones felt that they should stay. So they told all of their friends, they told even strangers, till there were 10. Thousands of people said, come let us see this scandalous train that claims to be free. Just let him speak. So we drew a picture on the ground. The stone moved just like sand. He said, throw your tickets on the floor, I'll give you mine instead. And he shouted, you, come follow me. I'll buy your tickets and I'll pay your fees, 'cause I know what you cost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost. The soldiers rushed in like a flood, wild-eyed, looking for blood. They said, show us the one who lies, deceives and claims his trains of grace are free. Take his body to the track and nail him there, so he never comes back. You would take his his body to the track and made him there, so he never comes back. And then the ground began to shake. We felt the stone beneath us break, and he came back anyway, and there was love, and there was love, and he shouted, "You, come follow me, I'll buy you tickets and I'll pay your fees, 'cause I know what you cost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost." Woo! Haven't done that one together in years.
It's been a long time. We used to end every single concert with that song.
True.
For a very long time. Sorry, I have a hair in my eye.
Sorry, Instagram.
Yeah, sorry.
My tea is holding you up at the moment. 1 second.
So we used to end every concert with that song, and I think my body still remembers that and feels like it should be the end every time we sing it.
Yeah, I don't think
but
we've
in
ever...
a good, happy way. I love singing that song, so kind of a fun way to open the night.
Definitely.
Good to play it again.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we are going to play another one from our first EP, Where Eyes Don't Go. And that was the start of the Grey Havens. That's, I think, what we're counting back to for 10 years. So 2013, January of 2013 is when we pressed go on releasing Where Eyes Don't Go. It was a kickstarted album through our friends and family at our church. We had just gotten engaged in August, or we just got married, and a week after that, we were in the studio recording this EP, and so we put it out. This is 10 years ago, almost to right now-ish. Put it out on Noise Trade. Got all these email addresses for people downloading it for free. Then emailed our list of people that had downloaded it and asked if we could come play a tour in their living room, because that's what our friends Jenny and Tyler were doing. They were doing a lot of these house shows, and we had never been to a house show before, but we knew that they were doing it, so it must be a thing. And so we asked if we could come play in people's living rooms, and everybody in Pennsylvania, it seemed like, reached out and was like, "Come to Pennsylvania." So we played all these shows in Pennsylvania.
It was great. We stayed in people's houses and played in their houses or played in small churches.
Mm-hmm.
Met a lot of sweet people, a lot of chickens. I remember for a long... Well, we still kind of would love to have chickens someday, but a lot of people that we stayed with seemed to have chickens in Pennsylvania. True. So we were like, we gotta have chickens. These guys are awesome.
We gotta homeschool our kids. We gotta have chickens.
Yeah.
Those were the two takeaways from tour.
Yeah, that was funny.
We don't do either of those things, but...
No. But we like those things.
But we like those things. Yeah. We're not anti. So thank you if you've been with us to the beginning, or since the beginning, or even if you just found out about our music. We're thankful for you guys as listeners. So I thought we would tell a quick story about our first ever concert, though, which was... We recorded this for Instagram, but I don't think we ever posted it. Okay. So it was at Miami University, Oxford, Ohio. They had reached out. They had found out about our music, and I think bonded over it over a trip or something like that, and asked us to come in for a couple shows. And we'd never played a Grey Havens proper show before.
We were really nervous. We had 6 We had 6 recorded songs, maybe a couple others that hadn't been recorded yet, and then some covers, and like we barely put a set together, I feel like.
Yeah. So this was the first, like, okay, we're going to go and do our thing. So we pull up, we set up all of our gear, so nervous. Small group of students, probably 40 or so. But from the moment we hit the first chord until the last lyric of our set, they sang every single word of our songs at the top of their lungs. And we were just completely floored by this reception, because in your head, because this is our first show, so no experience, we're thinking, is this what it's like to be a musician and go on tours? You just show up and all these people know your music and yell your words back at you. And so that was a very high bar, and it took a long time for it to be matched again. So thankful for those people at Miami University.
Well, I do think we knew it was special at the time, and we've seen a lot of the people there that were there that night over the years, and I could still recognize so many of them on the street. Like, we're really thankful for that group.
For sure.
So sweet.
And to anybody that hosted us in the early days at their show or at their house. Thank you. We're going to do another one here. This is Gray Flowers. And here we go. Maybe I'll tell the story about it after we sing it. The color-coded town, they had one rule: no grays allowed. It was a great offense. It brought no compliments. A stranger to the town, he came and met a girl that very few would say is worth thinking of. Still he fell in love, and he brought her flowers every day. And she loved them, she loved him, she never felt that way. But they said, hey, those flowers, they are gray. They can't stay, no, well, we'll let it slide. But read our signs, we don't like gray. Then one day they saw her in a dress, a gift from him, it was gray and red. It stopped them in their tracks. Ooh, they knew it matched. A revolution they were surely found inside that color-coded town. Some happy, some enraged, so they marched on over to the place where he brought her flowers every day. And she loved them, she loved him, she never felt that way. But they cried, let's take him to his grave. He can't stay now, well, we done told him once, but now he's done, they cried. We told you stay away from that crazy color. Turn around, if you don't, we'll break you. You don't have anyone to save you. He said she needs me to stay, 'cause gray can take her sorrow. So I will die tonight so she will know gray will stay in the color code, yeah. For my love I will die, you know. But before I do, let the record show that I brought her flowers every day. And she loved them, she loved me, she never felt that way. So if you feel you need some gray, that's okay, child, 'cause you know you just got to ask and I'll come back. Oh, you know you just got to ask and I'll come back. Oh, you know you just got to ask and I'll come back and give you grace.
I always love that last chord. Never told you that.
Thanks.
So
10 years. It's taking
10
you to tell me
years.
that.
I know. Well, longer because I don't remember if it was like 3 years before that.
Mhm.
The first time I ever met Dave, like before we were even like introduced or said hi to each other, I heard you play that song at a camp that we were both counselors for a couple weeks up in Canada. And Dave was asked to play the song many, many times over the course of the camp. And so most of the counselors and the campers had at least learned the words to the chorus, if not the whole song by the end. And everyone would like yell, like, play Great Flowers, like whenever you were near the front. And I loved it. Like, we barely knew each other at the time, but I loved the song and would like sing it walking around the campgrounds. And then like my friend and I, a few times, like we'd see you walking toward us and then we'd be like singing it like behind our hands because we were embarrassed for you to see us singing it. So
because we didn't know each other.
Not really.
No,
very peripherally. So I've been a fan for a long time. Yeah,
that's an old one for sure. And you may have noticed that we just happen to be wearing these Grey Havens tees. So we've never done a shirt for Grey Flowers. And I've always thought, man, I wish we did a shirt. So for the 10-year anniversary, we decided to get this shirt made. It's Grey Flowers, established 2013. But this is our 10-year anniversary Grey Flowers tee. And so we are just going to do one pressing only. It's not going to be a shirt that stays with us on the road or in our merch store. So just for a couple weeks, for those that want it and maybe have heard that song or
been with us for a while.
Yeah, been with us for a while. You can grab that tee. It's on our website. I think it's on. Yeah, if you go to our website, thegravensmusic.com, I'm sure there's a store button, and you can head there and grab your Grey Havens tee, and that'll be available between now and 2 weeks from now. So whenever that is, June 21st, I think. So, okay, we had some listener Q&A. We printed them out. Did you have one of those that you wanted to answer?
Yeah, Danae asked, where was your favorite concert that you've performed? And I think it was the one that we already mentioned, but maybe also when we got to open up for Josh Garrels and we got to play at the House of Blues in Chicago, because that's our hometown.
Oh yeah,
we had like dear friends there. It was like a packed house. The venue was just really, it just felt really special to be there. Also, yeah, that was probably up there. It felt very surreal and special. How about you?
That one definitely sticks out. Man. I think I don't know, I have a show specifically in my head, but some of those, there was this one house show that we did just starting out. It was near Richmond, Virginia. It was like a farmhouse or something like that, where the family had a farm.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And they hosted us, and a lot of their friends came. It was tons of kids, like 70 people, packed in this house. And it was just like a magical night.
Yes.
I don't know. One of those early house shows was for sure.
There was this sweet little girl in the front row that got fingerprints on the kick drum. Like, people were so packed in that they were like touching the instruments.
Yes.
But the energy in that space was just so amazing.
Yeah. And just to be doing
so much love.
Yeah.
Too.
For the first time. What else do we want to answer here? Any others you want to take? What's your favorite meal on the road? One that Sarah Eliza submitted. Good question. Very important question.
I love a good shawarma.
Ooh.
On the road. We've had some good chicken shawarma. But, like, usually we get Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chipotle.
I don't know anyone who's eaten Chipotle more than we
We're
have.
Chipotle
I'm
connoisseurs.
sure there's people out there, but I've never met one.
Yeah. And sadly, we have been to literally hundreds of Chipotles, and the closest Chipotle to our house is the worst Chipotle that we've ever been to. It is so sad.
Time and again.
Yeah. I'm not going to name it.
Thompson Lane.
Thompson Lane. Okay. Okay. What is your favorite story to tell about going on tour? Did you have one of those?
Okay. Yes.
Sarah Grace asked that question.
Okay, Sarah Grace. One of my favorite moments was when we were in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, playing at an Under the Radar retreat event.
Uh-huh.
And we were fairly new. It was like before Simon was born, like probably like in our first year or two
Oh, I think I
of
remember
performing.
This. Yeah.
And I had a lot of like stage anxiety, and so I would always like scan the room for somebody that was really smiley, and I would just look at them, not the whole time because that'd be super awkward, but you know, it's nice to have smiley people to look out at and feel like somebody's enjoying this, and it's like, feels good. So that night there was this really tall woman in the middle back standing and just like beaming the entire performance, and I just felt like so blessed by her until about halfway through the set, and I realized that she was a cardboard cutout advertising like a university that people wanted to like for you to apply to. But then I just started laughing out loud really hard on stage and told the story in the moment, and it was, I'm not like a naturally really funny person, so that was probably the hardest people have ever laughed at me in my life. But it still just like makes me laugh so hard that I thought she was a real person. I was just so thankful for her presence, and then she wasn't even real.
Yep. So good. Okay. Last one. We had a lot of questions. We did trim down a lot of these. At what part of your job do you feel most fulfilled? Camden Elder asked that question. What part of your job do you feel most fulfilled? I think talking to people after the shows is probably the full circle moment for me of getting to hear how a song did the thing that you wanted to do and the thing that you weren't expecting it to do in someone's life. So that is probably my answer.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got more stuff to play. Let's do a song called Far Kingdom. There is a far kingdom a ways from here, beyond the storm and the sea. There will be no need of darkness, none for tears when that far kingdom I see. There's a river we will know, ever clear and ever flow, from the fount that overflows in the light of the King. And when we drink it, we will find that this joy ever full will ever rise, and it'll rise on in the kingdom. In the kingdom, there is a far kingdom on the other side of the glass, and by a faint light we see, still there is more gladness, longing for the sight than to behold or be filled by anything. There is a for kingdom there at the end of the sea, where they know my name. And unto that far kingdom calls me home, oh my soul, I will wait for the river we will know, ever clear and ever full, from the fount that overflows in the light of the King. And when we drink it, we will find that this joy ever full will ever rise, and it'll rise on in the kingdom, in the kingdom, and it'll rise on in the kingdom, in the kingdom. That song took me a while to write. I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to. When I got stuck on a lyric, when I was trying to figure out lyrics, I would go on a walk with a notebook and just try to wrestle the line or lines into submission, especially on the Fire and Stone album. Took a lot of walks in our downtown Crystal Lake neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay, supposed to talk about, we the Grey Havens. Alicia is not coming out. Alicia is, well, we should talk about that. People have asked. I actually liked these questions next to each other. Rishi the Fishy says, I love that. Yeah. When is Alicia coming back on tour, if she is? And then Mike Zeroni asked, how has marriage been now that you're not touring together? So maybe we'll take those one at a time.
Yeah.
When is Alicia?
Well,
let's do how has marriage been now that we're not touring together.
I would say it was good before.
Yeah.
I feel like we were in a good place, but we were stretched really thin. Mm-hmm. And now we're not stretched as thin. Mm-hmm. And so it's better and more fun.
Yeah.
How would you say?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we were we were very, by the time we had our second kid, Noah, we were trying to stay together on the road for the sake of being together. But I think what we can realize, you can chime in if you have something else to say, we can realize that like the you and me dynamic that we liked at home, that we wanted to take with us on the road, kind of evaporated once we got on the road, because we went from our usual dynamic to just like help each other survive on the road.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad dynamic. It just was like,
it was just, yeah,
we were both like heads down, work really hard, scramble,
yeah,
all day, and not a lot of like extra.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so we made the decision a couple years ago to have Alicia start staying home with both the kids, and that's been really good for our family.
Yeah.
And
it was cool because it was a few months after Noah was born, and we were taking a walk, and it was one of those conversations where it was like, I don't know what you'll think of this, but I've been thinking about this thing. I'm just going to say it. And then the other one was like, I've been thinking the same thing too. Mm-hmm. It's just that maybe it would be good to try a different setup.
Yeah.
And yeah, right now it feels like the right thing. It's been very relieving.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though there's things that we both miss about it, yeah. It feels really good.
Yeah.
So, but when am I going to be back?
So
Dave's got some things in the works.
my thought was, what if we did this tour in the spring? So not this coming fall, but the spring after that. What if we did like 4 shows where, like on 2 different weekends, where Alicia is back out and it's just me and Alicia again, and that's just our tour, because that's probably about all we can handle with family involved. And it'll be kind of a down touring season for us anyways. So that is the current plan, is to have Alicia and I do 4-ish shows in the spring of 2024. We're thinking Minneapolis, Dallas, Raleigh, Chicago, maybe one more, we don't know. But stay tuned for that. I'm also supposed to talk about the Zion Caravan Tour. Alicia's not going to be on that one.
But I've seen it, and it's very cool.
Thank you. So we are going to do 30-ish of these shows in the fall, and that's with the Grey Havens, John Mark Bantana, Antoine Bradford, and Lovekin. We're in the final stages of booking that tour right now. But I'm supposed to announce there are 3 cities on the West Coast that we're having a hard time finding a place to play in, and they are LA/Anaheim/Orange County/ that whole area, Seattle, and Portland. So if you know of a church that might be up for hosting us on the Zion Caravan Tour, send us an email or something at thegreyhavensmusic@gmail.com. Or there's a form on our Instagram LinkedIn profile or something like that. So if you know of a church, let us know. Okay.
They're going to be bringing their own sound system and all the equipment.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to host us.
So it's...
Just need a place to play.
Yeah.
Okay. What have we got on time, Chris? Chris is our wonderful...
8:32.
8:32? Okay. We're halfway. Planning for this to be about an hour. Let's take just a few more questions. Okay. When is the next album coming out? Got a lot of
big question.
We got a lot of questions about the next thing, and so the next batch of songs are in the works. They're being written still, but I think we're over the halfway point on those songs, and the plan is to record them, a couple of them in September, to start releasing once the new year arrives in January, and we'll record the rest of the album in December and January. So we'll be finishing the album as the first one comes out in January. Maybe the first one will be a song that we've played on tour a couple times called Anywhere But Here or Neverland, one of those. It's going to be, maybe the title is both of those things together somehow.
Which was one other question that had come through, is when
is that song coming out?
Yeah.
Thinking maybe that's the first one. We don't know. 1 second, Instagram. Someone is texting, and okay, making sure that wasn't the live stream went down text. Okay, so whoops. The theme for the album is much more of a journal entry-esque type of album. It's not really like a concept album like past albums have been. It's more of a collection of songs, but feel good about where some things are at.
Though I will say most of the records, except Blue Flower, have all started that way, and then like somehow there's a theme that emerges.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Never know. True.
Ghost of a King was not supposed to be a theme record, and it kind of
turned into one.
Found its way there.
Yeah. Who are some of the Noah Robertson asks, who are some of the other people who play a part in the band other than you and Alicia? Gotta talk about Hitoshi, our cello player. Give a shout out to him. He is our long-suffering cello player who has been with us for a while, and he's a wonderful human being, super talented. And he's been the steady constant for a while. There's lots of other crew. Greg, our tour manager.
We always bring different people out to play different roles per tour.
Yeah.
But Hitoshi keeps coming back.
Hitoshi's the constant.
Sweet.
So,
Yeah.
Joey Lichity, or Lickety, I gotta ask him his last name. It's very hard to pronounce. Joey has produced a lot of our recent hymn stuff, and he's not your guitar player on tour. He's gonna produce some of this next album as well. He's been wonderful to work with, so shout out to Joey if he's watching. Okay, let's do Band of Gold.
Yep.
I told you I was on your side. I told you I would never hide. So you can put your hand in mine, 'cause I'll be keeping by your side. I'll love you till the stars turn cold, and I'll love you like this ring I hold. Yes, around it goes, a circle never knows the end of the line, and so you will find with our love. 'Cause this love is a band of gold. When the fire's burning and when the embers feel cold. So when I hold it in my arms, I hope you know this love is a band of gold. I'm never getting over you. No, I never will be over you. Yes, I threw away the key that bound my heart to yours. The bottom of the sea, I don't need it anymore. No, there's no turning back for us. It's only moving forward. This love is a band of gold. When the fire's burning and when the embers feel cold. So when I hold it in my arms, I hope you know this love is a band of gold. And the storms that come and cover up the moon, they may steal away the starry skies we know. They can't take away what's true. I belong, I still belong. I belong to you. This love is a band of gold. When the fire's burning and when the embers feel cold. So when I hold it in my arms, I hope you know this love is a band of gold. It's a band of gold. I always like playing that one. Do you?
Yeah, me too.
Okay, a couple other things to highlight. In addition to, if you're just tuning in, we have these Gray Flowers tees that we're gonna sell in our merch store for the next couple weeks only. So if you want one of those, make sure and head to our store, thegreyhavensmusic.com, and grab one of those. We're also, for the first time, we're experimenting with offering in our store some. We're like trying to figure out how to title these personalized song request videos. So hopefully that is intuitive to what it actually is, which is you can go to our store, and for whether it's just for you or a special occasion, happy birthday, anniversary, whatever you want, request a song to be played by us on like our iPhone or something, and personalize it to you or whoever you want, and then we'll send it to probably just the email associated with the order. And yeah, you can give that as a gift to someone or to yourself. So we're gonna experiment with that, see how it goes. We'll probably just do this after the kids go to bed at night. So we'll see how many we can get to. Okay, we're also doing handwritten lyrics for the next couple weeks. It's all happening in the next couple weeks. So we don't do this that often, but figured it 10 years it was worth doing it. So also handwritten lyrics to any of our songs. You can go to our website and get handwritten lyrics to any of our songs that you want. Okay, Rishi the Fishy. Oh, right, I did that one. Rishi the Fishy, such a good handle. Some more Q&A real quick. Aberg says, "Does your son have a favorite Greyhaven song?"
I think it might be Blue Flower.
Really?
I
Blue
forgot
Flower?
to ask him today. But
It's either that or
like
Rhythm of the East or something like that.
Do you think so? Yeah. He loves electric
He
guitar.
loves electric guitar. Any song that I ever write on electric guitar or have going on electric guitar, he's like, "This is the best song you've ever written." So, electric guitar songs.
But
Okay.
I think he was just a sweet age when we recorded Blue Flower. And
Yeah.
old enough that we
That's
don't
true.
like play our own music in our house very often, so
No.
he probably doesn't know all of it super well, but we've listened to Blue Flower
More than
others. He's heard it, and
Yeah.
he loves it.
Yes. Okay, John Bailey asks a very important question. Jonah Bailey, sorry. How do you pronounce the game Settlers of Catan? And I suppose I just answered your question by...
Oh, do you really say that?
I don't know. Now
I
I'm
say
second guessing.
Catan.
I do
feel
too.
like you say Catan.
You threw
When
me.
you said it,
You threw me,
just
Jonah.
Didn't sound right.
You made me be something I'm not. Settlers of Catan is my final answer. Right?
Maybe you say it both ways. I think you usually say Catan.
Catan.
We just got Catan Jr. to play with Simon over the summer.
Yeah.
He really liked it.
Man,
It's a fun game.
so kicking myself for saying Catan. Okay.
You gonna play a song?
Yeah, we got another song here. This is one called Storehouse. Let's see. This is I just found this guitar at a used guitar store, Nashville. It's it's a red line. It's modeled after a Gibson J45, but is now my favorite guitar to play. And partly because of how it sounds, and partly because the neck is so thin, so it's like really easy to move around on. Anyway, here we go. I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse of mercy, I'll go. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse of mercy, I'll go. I've been a fool, went down. Thought I could walk the line, be just in time to turn it back around. But I fall through that old forbidden door. And though I knew the stakes, still made my way like every time before. I'm over my head and lost, and no, there's no way I'm able to pay back the cost. But this I call to mind, that I'm not alone and I could come back home anytime. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse of mercy, I'll go. So I'll go storehouse I'll go. To the storehouse of mercy I'll go. But you're caught standing still, think you'll be fine, but the colors fade, you drift away, you're back to what you know, what's easy, what you like, and you don't look back. Refuse to turn like, go build my own makeshift home, but it only ever serves to make it worse. Over my head and lost, the ground feels unstable and I can't make this stop. But this I call to mind, how the father runs to the wayward son coming back alive. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse of mercy, I'll go. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse of mercy, I'll go. And even when you fall so hard, even then you're not too far gone. Even when you fall so hard, even then you're not too far gone. Even when you fall so hard, even then you're not too far gone. You can come back home. Even when you fall so hard, you can come back home. Even then you're not too far. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse of mercy, I'll go. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse of mercy, I'll go. Well, that was the last one that we had planned. A little scratchy. Been getting over a little bit of a cold and allergies and stuff, so I might leave it there. Unless you want to do one more. Is there another one that you would want to do? We had another option down there. No pressure.
I could do that.
Okay. We'll do one more. This is See You Again. We'll end on this one and then sign off. But
we'll see you again.
Well, we'll see you again. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in, for listening to our music, supporting us, and we're just so grateful and thankful for all of you guys and wherever you are. Thank you. So anyway, here we go. They think I my name on a stone written down, darling, it's the same as where I'm living now. Yeah, we always knew that the day would come, 'cause all we had was a spark. But one day soon, when the sparks all bloom and they're chasing at the dark, gonna see you again on them golden streets, standing next to me, I know. Gonna see you again, darling, won't be long till every trace of trouble is gone. Be together and I'm not sure what that means, but I know it'll be better than we ever dreamed when I see you again. So we wait for now till the day has arrived when we meet once more. Bet I'll say something like, I always knew you could be be like this. I saw flashes and glimpses before, but they fade, they seem like a distant dream. Now you walk into the door. When you see you again on the gold street, standing next to me, I don't know. Gonna see you again, darling, won't be long till every trace of trouble is gone. Be together and I'm not sure what that means, but I know it'll be better than we ever dreamed. We leave behind so much left to say. We'll have time, 'cause with forever there's another day. We leave behind so much left to say. We'll have time, 'cause with forever there's another day. When I see you again on Gold Street, standing next to me, I know I'm gonna see you again. Darling, won't be long till every trace of trouble is gone. Be together and I'm not sure what that means, but I know it'll be better than we ever dreamed. Be together and I'm not sure what that means, but I know it'll be better than we ever dreamed. When I see you again, when I see you again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. And we'll see you for the next one. Hope to see you on the road this fall for the Zion Caravan Tour. And until next
And
time.
in the spring.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye. Thanks.